Okay, can I ask my question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so one time I was in the car with like a couple of my friends and we were driving out like in the boondocks. Like we had no reception. It was like in the mountains in like Santa Cruz Mountains, whatever. And one of them asked me like, if you were driving alone right now,
Hey, welcome to
in your
our live
car,
test
and
stubs.
a woman like ran out into the street and she was like bloody or like whatever and like clearly in distress, would you stop and put her in your car?
No.
And I was like, okay, see, when they asked me that, I was like, of course. Like, if someone's like on the street dying, yeah, I would take them to the hospital. And then they're like, Maya. And they explained to me that like she could be running from someone that was killing her. It could all be fake. Like, there could be someone that's trying to grab you. She could get in the car and just rob you. Like,
or
whatever.
she could be the one trying to kill you.
Right. So, like, what would you do in that situation? I've thought through the situation a lot of times now that we've talked about it. And I was just like, I would just put her in I'd be like, if you want to get in the bed of my truck, you're welcome to. And
That's
then
fine,
once we get to reception, I'll call a hospital for you. But, like, you can't get in my truck. But if I didn't have a truck, like, if you had a normal car, what would you do?
I would never stop for anyone. Only stop for animals, okay? Animals that aren't near people. If I saw a dog that got hit, yes, I would stop and pick him up. I'm never picking up a human being. I don't care how hurt they are. I will call 911 for them, but I will never put someone in my car.
There's no reception up there? Like,
Oh,
you're
no
far from reception?
Like, middle of nowhere.
Right. You're just gonna, like, leave her? Because I don't think I could do it. I don't know.
I mean, get in the trunk then. Get in the fucking trunk. All right,
Bitch,
that's
hold
it.
on to
Like,
the windshield wipers. We're going. Like, are you
because
kidding?
they could be behind you and kill you. You know, maybe if I have a gun on me and I'm pointing it at them while I'm driving.
Style.
No, I'm talking like
something.
realistically. Like, you're actually like now.
I'm
you're
so
driving.
serious. If someone needed help, I would completely ignore it. Unless they actually are on the side of, like, if they're on the side of the road and their leg's fucking twisted and it's actually broken or something, yeah, but
if she's like covered in blood, she runs into the street, she's like, please help me. Like,
what if she just killed her husband and all her fucking kids and she's just looking for a car to get the fuck out? That isn't her.
There's just so many people that kidnap nowadays and they know these are their methods. Like, you can't, I don't think it's worth risking your life.
If I'm not alone, then yes, I would consider letting her in the car. But if I'm alone, I'm not letting anyone in the car, and I'm calling the police as soon as I can.
As soon as you leave and get reception, you could call for help for them and be like, hey, I saw this person.
I've never thought of that. And without you saying this out loud, I think I would stop.
Yeah, no, me 100%. If there was an actual person that was like crying, freaking out, I couldn't just drive away. Even if I was like, I'm gonna go find reception, I'm gonna call the police for you. I just don't think I could leave somebody there, you know? If she was like,
I would have ever thought about it.
It could very easily be someone that's been living in captivity, you know, and then they finally got out. And it's like, you feel like shit leaving them there, but at the same time, somebody who really needs help.
Yeah. How often does this happen?
It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
When they presented it to me, they were like, you roll down your window and she's like someone's trying to kill me, please help me. Like, whatever. Yeah. I would open my door and I would let her in the car. It's so bad. It's so bad, but I couldn't leave someone there.
It's a tough choice though. It's a tough choice.
It's hard, but if they want to get in my trunk, sure. They can sit in the trunk.
Yeah.
Not in the fucking back seat. Hell no. Not even next to me. And
that's smart. Yeah, I think trunk is a good option.
I'm not trying to get kidnapped. What if they kill you? What if they open the door, Maya, and they slip out or something?
That's the thing. I just don't think I would think about it. If I saw someone that like was even if she was good at acting and she was like in distress and she was like, please, like he's gonna get me or something, I would not be like, I don't trust you. Like, I would just be like, oh
I would have never thought about it.
Yeah, get in my car.
Have you guys seen the movies like Wrong Turn?
No.
Wrong Turn 3 or 4, when people take a wrong turn into like deserted areas. It's a series, but like it's normal people. They get on a wrong road, and you know, some people seem normal, but they end up eating you. They're cannibals. They're people who want to fuck you up and kill you, and that's what I think of like every time I see someone who needs help on the road or something.
I don't watch horror movies because of this, because I would have just stopped. I would have helped anybody.
There are fucking cannibals out there. There are people who eat other people for a living. Obviously, it's illegal. There's documentaries on this. There's like cultures that still do this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's if you go on like Google or YouTube, like they show these people, it's like their beliefs and stuff. But there's
Ooh.
crazy people out there who eat people too, like people that they kill. But I
Have you
mean,
ever watched the movie Hostel?
yeah,
Yeah, I had a
No.
friend that literally wouldn't go to Amsterdam with me because they watched that movie, and I've never seen it myself, and I assume it's something about sex trafficking.
I seen
Oh,
it in Hostel once, and it was fun
yeah.
as fuck.
It's like if I remember the right movie, it's a girl who goes on a trip or something to another country or whatever, and she ends up getting kidnapped and
But it
going
was a
into like.
dude that wouldn't go to Amsterdam because he thought it got the okay.
Well,
that's
that shit
weird.
was scary because it was like a normal, like everything was normal, and then she met these group of people, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I like the
Anyways, they
movie
ended up
Taken.
killing this girl, like tying her up and making her bleed out and doing a ritual and shit. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Hostile or Hostile.
Yeah, I stopped
whatever.
watching horror movies after Paranormal Activity 2. I just
Okay.
couldn't.
A bunch of
stand it.
people in chat asked, after we talked about that like scenario, asked what would you do if it was a man? Like same situation, but it was
Fuck
a dude
no. That
that
makes
ran
it.
out and was like super disheveled, and he's like, "Please help me."
Well, we're
Fuck
women.
men.
so-
Fuck men.
Yeah,
It-
I'm less likely to pick that up.
in a serious way, that's like the worst scenario for a woman to help a man. Like, because men target
Exactly,
women so much.
shameless
Why
and-
would
Yeah.
Yeah,
women know not to answer guys that are hurt or whatever?
dude.
It's not even like a sexist type of thing. It's like
Yeah,
that's
Well,
it's
what
not
that's the thing.
sexism.
Is a lot of
Women
people are
were
saying that's sexism,
taught.
but that's statistics. That's not sexism.
Yeah, exactly.
guys.
Yeah, it's so if you guys are hurt, sorry, but fuck off. You're dying, I guess.
It's so bad, but I really think that I think it'd be the same.
Really?
For me, yeah, if a guy, if he ran out into the street and he was like super disheveled or injured or something, and he was like, someone's gonna get me, or like he was like, please help me, like whatever. I don't know. I couldn't leave someone on the street like in the dark with no reception like out there. And it's, I mean,
Dude.
it's good that I have a truck because I just throw him in the bed. But like with a normal car,
Yeah.
I'd be fucked. I don't know.
That's what if you guys have seen the Ted Bundy documentary on
That's what someone in
Netflix.
chat said.
That's
Immediately.
literally what it is. He was known, if you guys don't know, he was known for being like a hot, attractive guy. No one ever expected him to do that to
I don't know
women.
about hot.
Well, I didn't find him hot, but women back then
Yeah, I
found him
guess.
attractive. I
Yeah.
don't know how.
They always talk him up like he was just like sex,
Yeah.
like he was such a good looking, blah blah blah. And I'm like,
There
dude,
were-
just because he was an average ass Joe doesn't mean he was like this good looking. That's so
There were
weird.
women that would go to his courtroom cases or whatever the fuck it was, and they would sit there just because of like they wanted to see him and root for him being a good guy just because of how he looked. I'm like, what the
No, he's
But,
like
yeah.
even
Charisma,
even
right?
when he was like locked up and stuff, he still had major like women fan cults, and he probably still does to today.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Maya, that's like a situation where one of the examples is I think he told a woman to come to his car. He needed help with something, and he instantly knocked her out with like
Yeah.
I don't know, one of those things, and decapitated her within like 5 minutes or something. Like drove her to the woods and instantly killed her. Like
At least I'm self-aware.
his
I
leg.
would-
Like
I
his
would-
arm was broken or something, right? Chat. His arm hurt or his leg. He pretended it was broken and said he needed help.
Mhm.
Went to his car and then instantly killed them, which is
Yeah,
Maya, please don't die.
If I'm gonna fall victim to something, it would be something like that. But
Oh my-
just like trying to help. So I don't
No.
know. I just can't. I don't know. I'm too dumb. I
It
just
is
wouldn't think about it.
interesting because there's like the argument that like serial killers are less like it's less of a problem now because there was like a serial killer like trend essentially like in the 70s, right? The 70s, 80s, 90s, like people were going crazy with like there was a new serial killer every other week. And so people are like I read this article that was essentially saying like, oh, is there less serial killers now or are people just gotten better at hiding it?
True.
Which I don't know, because it's harder to like kidnap people with cell phones. But if you take away Macailya's cell phone and you kidnap her, what does she have? You know, like she
My
doesn't
cookie.
have the yeah, you have your, right.